video, we're looking at the surface area of prisms. And the surface area refers to the area of all faces of a 3D shape. So you'd be familiar with calculating the area of a single 2D rectangle, a single 2D triangle, and maybe some composite 2D shapes. Now we're given a rectangular prism, so a 3D shape, and we're asked to calculate the surface area. So essentially, if you were to paint this block, how much area of the block would you be painting is what we're looking at. So it's the area around the block, not what's inside, that's volume. We're looking at the area outside, so the area of each face. And there's two ways we can do it. We can use the surface area rule, which we'll use. I'll do it two ways. I'll do the surface area rule, and then I'll also show you how you do it using the net of the shape. Now, using the net of the shape is a longer process, but it is applicable to all 3D shapes. Whereas if you use the rule and memorize the rule, you can only use it for rectangular prisms. So it's up to you which way you prefer to do it. I'm going to use the rule first, and then I'll show you how you use the net. And remember, the net is how you can solve for all. So before we get into the actual rule itself, we need to come and label these dimensions. Okay, so I'm going to call 3 the length, 2 the width, and 5 the height. Now some of you may be thinking, well, the height means that's to go up, which means that would be the height. Well, actually, in 3D shapes, height can also mean depth. Height and depth can mean the same thing. So how far back does the shape go? That's what we're looking at. So 5's there. So the surface area of this can be calculated as 2 times the length times the width. And that will calculate this front face and the face of the back. Plus 2 times the width times the height. And that will calculate this side face and the opposite side face. Then we're also going to go 2 times the length times the height, which will give us the area of the top face and the bottom face. So there's our 6 faces. So we have 3 calculations times by 2 for each of them gives us our 6 faces. So surface area is equal to 2 times 3 times 2 plus 2 times 2 times 5 plus 2 times 3 times 5. Surface area is equal to 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20. 2 times 3 is 6, times 5 is 30. 12 plus 20 plus 30 is 62. Our units are centimeters, and we are doing area, so it's centimeters squared. So that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is to draw the net of the shape. So that means that if you were to fold it out as one 2D image, then what would it look like? So we have a bottom of 3 by 5. There are 2 sides that are 3 by 2. Then we have a side that is 5 by 2. Side that is 3 by 2. Sorry, 3 by 5. Another side that is 5 by 2. So if you were to fold all these up, what would it look like? It would look like our original shape up the top there. And you may remember doing primary school activities where you cut out the net of a shape and sticky tape it together to make a box, or glue it together to make some 3D object. So now we can go through a number. Well, this one matches up with this one. This one matches up with this one. and this one matches up with this one. And so essentially the surface area is equal to the area of shape 1 plus the area of shape 2 plus the area of shape 3. And then there's double ups. You could do A1 times 2, A2 times 2, A3 times 2, and that there will give you back to our original formula up here. So that's where the formula comes from. When you expand it out, we've got 2 of each side, and each side is essentially length times width. But it's going to have a different length and width depending on which rectangle we're looking at. So again, surface area equals length. The area of shape 1 is 3 times 5 plus area shape 2, 2 times 5 plus area shape 3, 2 times 3. Surface area equals 31 times 2. Surface area equals 62 centimeters squared. So there's 2 ways to solve. 1, memorize the rule, 2 times length times width, 2 times width times height, plus 2 times length times height. Substitute in what you need. Second method is to use the net of the shape, and that is a good one to know for when you get more difficult shapes like pyramids and triangular prisms and even cylinders.